Today, we're making the fastest and easiest panettone ever. This is the simplest recipe made with regular flour, no need for long overnight starters or endless kneading by hand. It turns out soft, fluffy like a cloud, juicy inside, and stays fresh for up to 2 weeks. Honestly, the taste of this panettone beats all the classic recipes. First, let's soak the dried fruits. For that, you'll need 1 cup dried fruits, raisins, dried blueberries, candied orange peel, etc. 3 tablespoons orange juice, about 1.5 ounces. 3 tablespoons dark rum or brandy, about 1.5 ounces. I usually rinse the raisins and blueberries with hot water and drain them right away. Then I add the candied fruits. You can also throw in some chopped dried mango, apricots, or cranberries. If you're prepping ahead, you can soak the fruits overnight with cold orange juice and rum. They'll become super flavorful and soft. But today, since we're making it fast, I heat up the orange juice, mix it with the rum, pour it over the fruits, cover with plastic wrap, and let them soak while we prep the dough. This way, the alcohol aroma stays inside and infuses the fruits beautifully. Next, let's make the starter. You'll need half a cup warm milk, about 4.5 ounces. 4 tablespoons all-purpose flour, from the total amount. 1/2 tablespoon sugar, 2 teaspoons dry yeast, or 0.7 ounce fresh yeast. Pour the warm milk into a bowl. It should be warm, not hot. If it's too hot, it'll kill the yeast. Add the sugar and yeast. Stir well. From the total amount of flour, about 2.5 cups or 10.9 ounces, take around 4 tablespoons and add to the milk. Stir until you get a thick, sticky batter. Cover the bowl and leave it in a warm place until it doubles in size. You can place it in the oven with the light on and a pan of hot water underneath. The temperature shouldn't be higher than 105 degrees Fahrenheit 40 degrees Celsius. While the sponge is rising, let's prep the egg yolks. You'll need 6 large egg yolks, about 3.7 ounces. The yolks are what make the panettone moist and soft. They act like an emulsifier, bringing together the fat and liquids. You can replace half of the yolks with whole eggs if you want, but the flavor will change a bit. I'll explain how to do that at the end of the video. Cover the egg whites and store them in the fridge. You can use them for meringue or glaze later, or even freeze them. Whisk the yolks for a couple of minutes until they're smooth and slightly fluffy. Once the sponge has risen and looks nice and bubbly, pour in the yolks and mix well. If your sponge hasn't risen, stop right there. Your yeast might be bad, and the dough won't turn out. For the dry ingredients, you'll need about 2.5 cups all-purpose flour, 10.9 ounces. Zest of 1 orange. Half a cup sugar, 3.9 ounces. 1/4 teaspoon salt. Optional, if you want extra aroma, rub the orange zest into the sugar with your fingers. This releases the essential oils and makes the sugar super fragrant. You can also add a pinch of cinnamon or nutmeg if you like. Add the flour, sugar with zest, and salt to the sponge and yolk mixture. Optional, but it helps keep the panettone soft longer. Mix everything together with a dough hook or by hand until combined and smooth. The dough will be sticky. Don't add extra flour. You can oil your hands a little if needed. Now add orange juice. 1 tablespoon honey, optional. 6 tablespoons unsalted butter, softened, about 3 ounces. Add the butter gradually, one piece at a time, kneading after each addition until it's fully incorporated. Once all the butter is in, keep kneading for about 10 minutes. This helps develop the gluten and gives that classic panettone texture. The dough should become smooth, elastic, and gather into a ball. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap and let the dough rise at room temperature for about an hour until doubled. If you have time, punch it down after an hour and let it rise again. This will make the texture even better. I let mine rise for a couple of hours, and it puffed up beautifully. After the rise, knead the dough again for 10 minutes with the dough hook. While kneading, drain the soaked fruits. They've absorbed enough liquid. If you're worried about extra moisture, toss the fruits with 1 tablespoon flour. Add the fruits to the dough and mix just until they're evenly distributed. The dough will still feel sticky. That's exactly how it should be. Oil your hands and your work surface, fold the dough like an envelope to form a ball, and divide it in half. Shape each piece into a round ball and place in panettone molds. They should fill about 1/3 of the mold. This recipe makes 2 medium panettone, about 5 inches wide and 3.3 inches tall, 13 by 8.5 centimeters. Cover and let them rise at room temperature for 30 to 60 minutes until puffed up by about an inch. Get 350 degrees Fahrenheit 180 degrees Celsius on the middle rack. If your panettone are small, bake for 30 minutes. If they're larger, like mine, bake for 40 to 45 minutes until a toothpick comes out clean. If the tops brown too quickly, cover them loosely with foil after 15 to 20 minutes. Once baked, let them cool upside down. You can stick skewers through the bottom and hang them, or gently lay them on a soft pillow to prevent the tops from collapsing. They're super soft right out of the oven. For the glaze, you'll need 3 large egg whites, about 3 ounces. Half a cup sugar, 3.2 ounces. 3/4 cup powdered sugar, 3.2 ounces. A pinch of salt. A pinch of citric acid or a few drops lemon juice. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. Whip the egg whites with salt and citric acid until foamy, then gradually add the sugar. Once fluffy, reduce the speed and add the powdered sugar 1 tablespoon at a time. Beat for about 10 minutes until thick and glossy. Make the glaze only after your panettone are completely cool. Dip the tops in glaze, use a spatula to help. The glaze is heavy, and decorate however you like. I used heart-shaped sprinkles. Bonus tip, you can use the leftover glaze to make meringue cookies. Just pipe little shapes onto a baking sheet and dry them in the oven at 195 degrees Fahrenheit 90 degrees Celsius for about 3 hours. They turn out crispy and perfect for tea or coffee. And now, let's see how our panettone look inside. They're incredibly soft and airy. You can literally squeeze one in your hand, and it will bounce right back. The crumb is perfectly stringy and moist, and it stays like that for days thanks to the egg yolks. I decorated mine like Easter bread because the holiday's coming up. So happy Easter to you all. Let's taste it. I can't even describe how good it is. So fluffy, so aromatic, and the best part, this is the easiest panettone recipe ever. No fancy flour, no overnight starters, no complicated technique. It's basically made like a regular sweet bread, but the result is out of this world. It stays soft and fresh for a long time. You have to try it. I highly recommend this recipe. Now, all that's left is to make a cup of tea or coffee and enjoy this Italian wonder. If you like this recipe, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below telling me if you've ever tried panettone before, and of course, subscribe to the channel, there's a lot more deliciousness coming your way. Thanks for baking with me today. See you next time.